What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Sinners. Sinners is a 2025 horror film directed by Ryan Coogler, and the story follows twin brothers in 1930s Mississippi who open a juke joint but end up facing a growing vampire threat. Now, honestly, I did enjoy this movie. It has a lot going for it. It has a lot of great star power, a high degree of production value. It just is just a great and enjoyable film. But that's not to say that the film does not have its own faults. Now, to go ahead and get started with the positives, great cast, really good performances. I can't remember the lead guy's name, but he did a really good job as the main character. Of course, Michael B. Jordan ends up playing twin brothers Smoke and Stack, and he's really good, really charismatic, and is able to differentiate the brothers without making it over the top or caricatures. The rest of the cast do a really good job as well. The characters are all pretty likable. The film does give you time to get to know them, get to see them build their relationships, both those who have known each other in the past as well as those who are being introduced to the story. And they do a really good job of just emphasizing this growing sense of community with the characters, especially given the time period. Also, when it's in terms of the production value, it's just a great looking film. The set pieces look really good. Just everything about the film, the clothing looks really good. It's just all around a great experience visually. But I will say this, that one of the best things that this film does have going for it is the soundtrack. Look, I'm not the biggest Ryan Coogler fan. I don't really like the premises of a lot of his movies because they do talk about racism, and I understand people do tend to go with a lot of the messages and themes of their craft, but I feel like he kind of settles on that. But I cannot take away the fact that this man delivered some bangers. He did a great job with it in Black Panther. He did a great job of it in Black Panther 2. And I really appreciate it and really loved the music in this film. The mix of Irish folklore, Irish themes mixed with the African and the Southern bits. It was just a really good mix. Just seeing how all of music actually helps culture and how much it influences culture. It was just a great experience visually and hearing it as well. There are some really cool sequences in this film as well. Some pretty memorable scenes. There are a comedic scenes that don't feel out of place, but actually give a bit of edge to people that's just watching the film, to kind of give them that false insecurity before more of the darker elements start kicking in. So there's a lot that the film has going for it in terms of the themes, and I think it does well for the story. Now, really the biggest issue that I do have with the film, because it's a great job in the first and second acts just building up to this just grandiose finale, and unfortunately the third act does feel rushed. It comes in this thing where when we watch vampire movies, because the same thing I felt happened in Salem's Lot and a lot of these vampire films where there's kind of like a vampire outbreak, where they have to figure out how they're going to have to kill off all of the vampires in this certain amount of time. And it kind of felt like when things where the threat is just building. I was like, how are they going to do that in this film? And ultimately, how they do it, it does feel a bit rushed. And there is kind of the setting itself. Yes, it's set in the 1930s and it's racism and stuff. You really don't see that in the film. You would think there would be a scene here and there are sequences where they do mention it, and there is one scene. But outside of that scene, you're being told that it's racism going on, but you never actually see it. So that's kind of like another thing. I wish they could have slipped in a little something there, here or there, to make it seem like race is, that it is during that time period. And maybe it's just a civility, just settling in the area, and it wasn't like overtly about it. But still, I would have liked to actually seen it and not just been told. But having said that, I actually liked the film. I thought it was really, really cool. I did like the characters. Hell, the villain was actually interesting. He actually had some funny lines. He had some really good moments. He was actually an interesting villain. You wanted to learn a lot more about his character. And the musical sequences, again, the musical sequences are just some bangers. If there's anything that saves this film, it is a lot of the music that's in the film. But having said that, Sinners is a really good film. It's really entertaining. That I've heard that it redefined vampires and stuff. No, it doesn't. It takes some interesting things to the lore, and it does mix up a little bit here, try something different here. But ultimately, you've seen these vampires before in other films. Still, it's a good story. It's an entertaining watch. If not for that third act, maybe if they had tacked on an additional like 15-20 minutes to just give a better preparation of how they're going to deal with this growing threat, it probably would have bumped this film up even higher in terms of the grading. And there are some really cool sequences at the end of the film as well. But having said that, it's a good time. It's definitely worth watching. I definitely would give Sinners 3 out of 5. I'm not gonna say it's like one of the best, the creme de la creme of 2025, but in terms of good films that come out this year, Sinners actually hits that list. So in the comment section below, guys, let me know, what are your thoughts? Did you like Sinners? Did you not like Sinners? Would you like? I've heard that they're trying to make a sequel or make like a Sinners universe. I don't agree with that. But in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts about that. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. We'll catch you guys later.